You got you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing video too.
Danny, is that you in the video, Danny?
Yeah, that's in the video.
Danny.
We had to find somebody to get their hair done.
She already
You can smile.
This is from the girls.
So May 5th, Cinco de Mayo is now LaRose Beasley Day?
Yes. Don't you forget it next year either.
That's right.
Don't you forget it.
Tell me about Miss Beasley.
Well, she don't want nobody to do nothing for her, but she know I don't listen very well, so I just do it anyway.
What do you think of what's happening as far as her clothing? First, that's the first.
I wish it was somebody who could carry on the legacy. And everything that she taught us, I guess if I had all the money in the world, I could carry on the legacy.
Okay. And what do you have to say to her that you haven't said yet?
I miss you, and if it wasn't for you telling me to use my noodles, I probably wouldn't be here today.
What do you think of Miss Beasley's clothing?
Closing?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good thing that she's closing on a personal aspect because she's been doing this for such a long time. And I hate to see her close because she was the only black school in the city and in the state. And she helped a lot of people out. So that's the downside of it. But the good side is it's time for her to retire. She needs to enjoy her life.
And your name?
Lakeisha.
And you were a student?
I was. A student.
My name is Carmela Williams.
And Carmela, how do you know Miss Beasley?
I am one of her former students.
And what did she teach you?
What has she taught me?
Yes.
Basically cosmetology.
And what, I mean, are you still in cosmetology?
Yes.
What do you do?
I am a hairstylist.
Hairstylist.
A hair technician.
Say what?
Hair technician.
Hair technician. And what is she, what one thing you remember her never, always beating into your head?
Use your noodles. Meaning, think.
And you still keep in touch with her?
Yes.
What do you think of her with the shop, with the school clothes?
Like Lakeisha just mentioned, I'm gonna miss her. It has its advantages and disadvantages. It's good that she's closing because then she can enjoy her life. Because again, she's been teaching for quite some time. It's time for her to enjoy her life.
Leslie Williams, Senior.
How do you know Miss Beasley?
I went to school in 1982. I was a licensed barber and a cosmetologist.
What?
Yep. I was the only guy there.
How was that like?
Huh?
What was that like?
It was tough. It was tough.
So what do you think about what happened?
It was a shock. I just found out about 15 minutes ago. And it was a shock when I heard about Ms. Rose, She's going to be missed.
And what did you learn from it?
I learned a lot, from Seymour and Miss Moore.
Oh, Miss Moore too?
Yeah, Miss Moore, yeah. And Rose Beasley.
Wow, you talking about legends. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Got some good stuff.
Thank you.
We're talking about Martha Scott, how some of the stuff that she used to say to us when we went to beauty school. So we're just over here reminiscing, and I met this young lady today, and we're just talking about the times that we had in beauty school.
So what do you think about what happened with LaRose?
I think it was awesome, but I think she's really going to be missed, in the community, because like we said in the program earlier, she's touched so many of us, and through all of us that you can see around this room, we all have our testimony, and it's more personal to me and emotional, but I'm glad that it's going to be a day for her that was Mayor Settle said on this day, it would be Beasley's Day.
Cinco de Mayo, and now.
So now we have something else to celebrate, a great honor, and I'm glad I came through LaRose's and I met this lady right here for
What's your name?
My name is Vicki Kellogg.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and shooting us.
And you are?
I'm Sandra Bell. I'm from New Orleans, and I thank her because she was my instructor. She gave me the insight and the desire to even want to have my own business because I was up here just with my kids and myself, and I went in to talk with her. And I wasn't sure when I was going to go ahead and take that class. I was kind of intimidated, but because I was working a job, and she said, learn how to be your own entrepreneur for yourself, for your kids. And that way people can't tell you when to come in and when to leave from your job. And I mean, when I said she taught me, honey, I would be in a room, I kid you not, with a pair of curling irons, because I didn't know how to curl. I really did not know how to curl hair, and have 7 sisters.
Wow.
And I'm one of the oldest, and did not know how to curl hair. Now I know how to just do whatever you say. You want it, you got it.
Right.
I can do it. And then I have my daughter. She's a stylist now. My niece is a stylist now.
Like me,
Yeah.
When did you start? When did you go to school?
I went to school in 95, and I finished in 97.
In this present building right here.
In this building right here.
What a
Do
blessing.
you find that your young girls would rather be stylists than do the full beauty, the whole treatment?
Well, to me, a lot of the girls get into business for money, but it's not all about money, and you have to have the love and the dedication. I started out, when I first started out, I was on my temporary license, and I worked at Littlefield. So I got in up under a go-getter and a person that knew how to make money.
Miss Littlefield.
And Miss Littlefield, our birthday's the same day. So I started with her, and I stayed on 24th Street from there to Bama. So only is that it is, you have to put your heart in it.
She was a beautiful lady too.
But you know what? You got to have a passion.
There you
You
go.
really have to have a passion for hair. Because if you don't, you burn out.
Yeah.
And then you won't learn. And then you will not have the care and the desire. Because I tell them, I say, I'm not a cosmetologist. I'm a hair care specialist. Because I care about your hair. And that's what she taught me. You have to love and respect what you're doing before you do it.
And I think that's why so many of the students, like when I came out, there was tons and tons of them, and I can count on one hand how many are still in the field, how many are salon owners, and you have to be on your post to get paid. So I'm glad I came through the old school hairdressers to get what I am, and I can go on about Miss Littlefield, Miss Bama. She was supposed to be here, but she's at work. Philip McLean.
See, I don't know her.
Yeah, Philip McLean was another one that he was supposed to be. So it's so many of them, and I'm just glad and blessed
But
that.
the reason I asked you that question is because I find that the younger
Yes.
beauticians now, they only care about styling. They don't care about the
don't know
hair
their care.
because they weren't trained by the
Say
ladies
that.
that you were trained by.
Okay.
And you know
And
what
my
else?
parents.
And you know what else they don't do? That I find they do more damage to the hair now than, because they don't care for the person's hair as no how to keep them to keep their hair healthy.
They can't keep the hair on the hair. They can do some hair. And
But they
me
can't
working
keep
in
the
hair
hair
in
in
the
the
salons, And I try not to be so nitpicky when I see them doing stuff in the salon, but I just say, hey, this is conditioning is the importance. And I'm so glad that we learned to shampoo the hair and not wash the hair. That's another thing. These young girls, they don't know no technology or what words to use or scalp.
They don't even know how to shampoo the scalp. And then when you talk with them about, like when I talk to my clients and everything, I say, look, let me get you to understand something. There are different molecules within the hair. Everybody has hair. Hair is nerves without feelings. But everybody's nerve is not the same.
Right.
You know, everybody's blood is not the same.
Right.
You know, we all breathe. So you got to treat each individual with that passion for what's on their hair. I can use this particular shampoo. That doesn't mean I can use this particular shampoo.
On everybody.
Women of color have different grades.
Right.
Texture of hair.
Right. Yeah, you have to go with that texture. That's right. And what they eat, their diet, their medication.
That makes a difference. You hit it on the nose. A lot of ladies come in, birth control pills, high blood pressure pills. A lot of that affects the hair, but they don't tell them. But
the young ones don't even express that to them. Just because they didn't get it from our old school people like Miss Beasley and Miss LaRose and like Miss Bell,
Charlie Moore.
See, I don't know him.
Yeah, Charlie Moore is an instructor that was at our house beauty school. That was taught the theory. No, Miss Beasley taught the theory, and she taught the floor. And her daughter is Lillian Burkhalter, and that's who I came up. And Charlie Moore was one of the old school hairdressers that was here.
And you are?
Miss Beasley. I'm Marcy Holly.
Okay, so what do you think of what happened with her closing the shop or the academy?
Yeah, the academy.
How do you know it?
Class of 96.
What do you mean? She taught you?
Cosmetology, class of 96, LaRose's Beauty Academy. Yes. No, when I first decided to when I first had an interest in cosmetology, and a lot of people were telling me about the other schools, and I remember in
there were
class,
other schools?
not other African American schools, but I do recall on the first day they were asking, why did you choose LaRose's? And I told them the reason I chose LaRose's is because it was the only African American school in Omaha, and I know that there are a few instructors that try to teach what they can of black hair care. However, you have to do it and know it to be able to teach it. There was no choice. There was no choice. And I'm so emotional and sick about it closing. But Miss Beasley's given her time, and she's passed the torch on to so many people that can take over, and I just hope that they do. But you're going to have to turn that off, so I'm going to get really emotional and start crying.
What's the biggest thing she taught you?
Patience, and that your customer always comes first. They're the boss. When they're in your chair, they're the boss. They tell you what you want, and then you give them your opinion and your suggestions, and healthy hair comes first. Don't make me cry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
I've been talking to all your former students. You know what they say about you? The biggest thing you taught them? Healthy hair.
Yeah, healthy hair. That's right.
Keep
that hair on them customers' heads. That is so true. So true. Yep, that is
You taught a lot of students.
Oh, yes, it's many, many more. Oh,
What do you think the numbers were?
Hundreds. My God, I don't know. Could be 1,000 or so.
Really?
Yeah, from All House to there and to the Job Corps.
Oh, yeah, that's
Remember I got those
Yeah.
girls too? Yep. So we got a lot of people.
And you know, one I didn't ask you, what do you like about teaching when you were doing it?
I love theory, and I kind of hung with the theory, and I loved it. And practical, I left that to some of the other teachers because I'm left-handed, and so some of the girls be doing their, pin curls and things. It look like it's upside down to me. So I kind of hung with the theory, but I love theory because Miss Goldson was my theory teacher, and she was such a good teacher. And she saw that I liked theory, and she just took me under her wing,
So now what's next?
I don't know. I really don't know. Guess I better try to find me a good husband. As Miss Littlefield used to say, a good husband. So that's about it.
Until?
Well, when I get this deed, it'll be about 8 weeks, I guess. And then I'll find something after that. Got to.
Will it be a hair?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Bye-bye, honey. Thank you. No, it won't be a hair.
Done with the hairs?
Done with that. Because, I mean, I would be teaching and, you know.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, my daughter.
Was she touch your daughter?
No, she was. What?
No.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
No, her daughter. A little baby.
Yeah, I had a little girl. Yeah.
Are you a beautician here?
Yes. For 4 years now. Yes.
Who are you?
I'm Rochelle Tanksley.
And tell me, how did you learn?
How did I learn? I just learned through being myself, basically. That's what she taught me. Just be yourself.
She taught you?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You always learn from the best, you know. She's one of the best, so. Yeah, but I have a little girl, so I just work and go to school and take care of my daughter, so.
And do hair?
Yes.
You got a shot?
For sure. No, not yet. I'm working towards that. I'm working towards
What did she teach you? What's the best thing she taught you?
Never doubt yourself, I guess. Not to doubt yourself. Yep. Always go for your full potential.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We were one of the first groups. We actually moved here from Alt House, and where we came when there was nothing but big open spaces on the table.
Wow. So you have, how long were you there?
I started on my 6-week checkup when I had my first daughter in 1990. We were down at Alt House, and then we moved down here. I think it was in the springtime, I believe, in 91. And then I had my second daughter. And then right after I had my second daughter, I went to the board shortly after that, and then I came back for instructors.
So what did she teach you? What's the one thing you will never forget?
When she told me, use my noodles. And it's a bag of noodles in the store that I will not buy to this day because I always remember.
Use your noodles. You know what?
I said, I will be around. I'll be around.
If not, your students will.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's the truth. That is so true. I will be around.